Welcome, lovely people. Today I am playing on my PC. I am on the test server, and we are going to investigate the most recent update to the test server, which is Halloween content. So, let's log in. I will apologize. I did realize after I had shot the last time that I was playing on the test server that the angle that I am facing is not ideal because the screen that I normally look up is there and the screen that I'm looking at now is here, and there's no way for me to channel that visual over there. So we're kind of just stuck with you looking at the beanie, I guess, or my headset. So I'm very sorry if that's annoying, but at the moment, that's the best I can do. I should show you guys my setup one time. It's pretty...
Halloween in Gotham City is rarely uneventful, and it seems this year is no exception. Someone or something has played a hell of a trick on the people of Gotham. Trick-or-treaters are being terrorized in the streets by spooky masked apparitions.
What a surprise! All right, let's head to the House of Legends, or at least have a look at the journal. Okay, journal has the witching hour. Speak with Phantom Stranger in the House of Legends. Hello again, Oracle. Let's go. So I have intentionally avoided anybody else's content addressing the Halloween content, so I'm doing this blind. Best way to do it. This is also my first time playing through an event on the test server, so I'm curious how it works. I would like to see if there's some way I can gain the currency so that I can grab everything that's new from the vendor and we can have a good look at it, whereas when I play on live, obviously that's not really possible because I'm not rolling in the spooky currency, which is what, those orange American candy, something corn. Candy corn? Candy corn. Right, something like that. Okay, let's speak with Phantom Stranger.
For heeding the call, I sense the evil magic of the Lords of Chaos at work. The streets of Gotham City are plagued by masked apparitions, spirits torn from the depths of hell. I will bestow upon you a temporary consecration. You will have the power to put these spirits to rest.
Of course I will. I'm amazing. In fact, I didn't really need your help to do that. You know, I was already amazing. All right, let's have a look at the Vault O-Lantern. Accept. That was quick and easy. I probably should have read through that. And we'll speak to the coffin. The dude hiding in the coffin. Complete the Flapping in the Night multiplayer aerial movement challenge. Beautiful. I wonder how I'll go with this, because I'm using a controller that is slightly more flimsy than I'm used to, but usually I can get through that quite quickly. But I will say the joysticks on this controller don't press as well as any other controller that I use, so I probably should upgrade what I'm using on here. But, I mean, I'm just doing it to show you content. It's not for actual gameplay, so I don't know about that. Okay, well, it says to go to Gotham, so let's start with that. I'm assuming nothing has changed, but I'd still rather have a look because now that we've got new developers, there's potential for things to change here. I doubt it very much. I think that if they're going to focus on changing something, it would be something new or some new episode rather than content that has previously existed exactly the same way for like quite a long time. So probably won't be different, but let's run it anyway. Whee! Let's take him down. I wonder if there's a way that I could potentially make this higher so that I'm not looking so low. There probably is, actually. Okay, so that's 5 of the masked apparitions and 3 of the terrified trick-or-treaters. I'm actually just going to grab a box that I had with a delivery in it and put that underneath the computer so I'm not looking so low. Bear with me a moment. I think I fixed it. So my computer is a lot higher now, so hopefully that fixes that situation. I might keep this box for later use. Let's continue on. Oh, I will say, on a big screen, also on PC, you can see these much better. Like, when I'm looking at this on the Switch, it's basically not there. When I'm looking on my consoles, it's not quite as detailed. It's very beautiful on here, I will say. All right, let's keep going. So this spot that I always go to is one that some people avoid in this particular rotation. And it's funny because my friend used to avoid it, but now he calls it Laura's spot because I always went to this one. So, this is Laura's spot. Every time there is Halloween or Christmas, apparently, this is my spot. Taxi. Someone calling a taxi. I've seen some people who are new to the game struggle with knowing what to do with those when they turn red. Basically, if you haven't done this before, red means throw them away, okay? There's a purse snatcher here. Can we take him down? We're not taking him down? There we go. Okay, so 8 out of 11 and 6 out of 7 now. Looks like we'll only need to do 3, which is nice. Good and quick. Not one there. I must say, I do tend to follow the exact same path every time I do this. Why are there mugger... Why... First a purse snatcher... Isn't a purse snatcher and a mugger the same thing? They're stealing something from a person. This is just, you know, a very specific kind of mugger. Where they're only after purses. Maybe they're going for a particular kind of style. We don't know. Okay, open the journal. We have completed the witching hour. Beautiful. Okay, so next I think we will do the vault, because after we have done the vault, we can load from there to the House of Legends and use the portal to go to the correct location for the bats in the belfry. Save me a load screen there, I think. Either that or I could, I suppose, fly over there right now, but we're not doing that. Let's head into the vault. Fall seasonal witching hour vault. So for those of you who don't know, the vault is just a room where you can destroy a bunch of, I think they're called gifts every time that you go in there, but they're not always a gift that you're destroying. It's just something you can destroy that will give you rewards that are relevant to this particular seasonal. So, good fun. I think I only mentioned Christmas and Halloween. I think that the vault also exists for spring. No, it's spring? Summer. I'm not 100% positive. But as you can see, they are presents for this one.
To Joker's room of fun, mayhem, and prizes. Something to flatten your opponents? Or just some useless crap? Who knows? You raise your money and you take your chances. Break the presents and get your prizes.
Thanks, Joker. Now, keep in mind, when you have actually destroyed all of the gifts, the white text on the right-hand side will change to exit the vault as it has just done. If you have missed one, that won't change. So keep it in mind while you're going through, just so that you don't miss any, because occasionally you can miss something cool, and you don't want to do that. Okay, so normally we could just exit, but because I would like to warp to the House of Legends rather than return, we will go House of Legends, just so I can show you guys the portal. I mean, normally I think I would just fly across because I'm already in Gotham, but for the sake of showing you the portal that you can use, we will do so. So over here, travel to Arkham Island. Actually, this is usually quite easy for me to get to because a lot of the times my base that I'm in is actually on Arkham Island. So that makes it a bit easier, but that's not helpful for anyone who doesn't have it. So this will take you right there. Here we go. We can activate the mission here, except let's see how I go. I hope I'll get platinum, but who knows. And now we have to wait. It's a very long wait. I can't remember the path perfectly. Hopefully it's like muscle memory and comes back to me so I can get a platinum in one hit. But who knows? Who knows? I might suck. Should probably pay attention. We caught in the tree? Okay. Nope, we got caught on the wall. I could just blame my controller and be like, it's a little more fiddly than I'm accustomed to, which I will say is not inaccurate. Oh, apparently we dropped out of speed. That's not good. It is a little bit more fiddly than I'd like, and it has been a while since I've done it, but I don't think that's really an excuse. I've played this so many times by now, I should be able to get it. And I will say I have remembered the flight path. No! I have remembered the flight path since starting it, so that's handy as well. I don't think I'm the fastest at this, but I usually have quite, like, an okay time. Like a platinum time at least, so yeah. And I will say a couple of the times where I've gotten stuck, it's been here. Oh, there we go. Platinum in one hit. So it wasn't that bad. But see, also, I think it's a little easier to get platinum than maybe it should be, because I can get platinum with mistakes made. Like, I made mistakes. Maybe they want it to be easy enough for everybody, and like the real tell is, you know, you can brag about your time if you do a really, really impressive time, but still, it's a little easy to get platinum with that one. Okay, Next, Bats in the Belfry has been completed. We will collect, thank you. We got some spooky bites. They're called spooky bites. That's interesting. They look like what I think is called candy corn. Oh, we got a stat point. Lovely. Let's pop that down there. Okay. So I'm going to queue up for the Midnight Masquerade. I anticipate that no one is probably running it because I think people who are on the test server for the purposes of showing you guys new stuff wouldn't be running stuff that they know is exactly the same as previously. So let's head to the House of Legends. I would like to investigate whether or not I can find currency for the current episode and grab a couple of the items from that vendor to show you anything that's new. So bear with me. Okay, so we can indeed grab some Spooky Bites currency. Let's have a look at the vendor. We have a trick-or-treat tickle bucket. Is that not old? That doesn't seem new to me. Why is it at the top of the list? Isn't that something we could get anyway so that we can keep putting those lollies into it and get rewards? Let's leave that for the moment. We've got Wicked Sour Chroma Pack, Pumpkin Patch Chroma Pack, Silent Agenda Wraps. Let's have a look. Oh, dearie me. That's creepy. Oh, I kind of like it. It looks like a snake. I know it's probably meant to be bandages, but it looks like a snake. All right, Silent Agenda Face Wrap. Little hard to see with my chroma on, granted, but we will have a proper look. Silent Agenda Hand Wraps. Again, hard to see. Legs. That we can see. I quite like that. Then it looks like we've also got some furniture items. So the Spooky Tree Left Branch. Oh, it's like a hand! Oh, I love that! So cool. Oh, let's grab them as we go. Spooky Tree Right Branch, so the other hand. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have so much fun with these. They're amazing. I love those. Spooky Tree Stump. Does it have a face? No. What's spooky about it then? All right, well, let's grab it. We'll have a look. Maybe it's better when we see. Spider Web Lights. Oh, we can't see. We have to grab it. We have to grab it. I'll just let you guys know, I have intentionally avoided all content to do with this Halloween release. So I have no idea what these things are, and that one has got me excited. I want to make sure my reaction to things is genuine, so I wait and do it myself before I watch anyone else's content. And that sometimes means that I wait a little while because I have a few time constraints on my ability to do this sort of thing. So, we've got the zombie emote. Oh yeah. That's so awful. I hate it, but let's grab it. And then we are back to 2023. So we'll leave 2023. We don't need those. We got a collection item, keyhole saw. We will collect. We got a cloth draped chair. Let's collect that also. We got some bombs that I will not use yet, but probably will later because I will try to get the feat for her if I can. Not that I play much on test, but I play enough that I wouldn't mind having my character, you know, do the things she's supposed to do to get the feats. We got a belt piece that is useless for me at the moment. We got Wicked Sour Chroma Pack, so let's open that. Very nice, and collect. Okay, so I have headed to Metropolis so that we have better lighting to be able to have a look at these chromas. So let's zoom in. She is currently wearing the Thrall of Ekron for everything except the face piece. And she is wearing the Wicked Sour Chroma, which I have to say I hate very much. I like that there is purple in it, but that's basically the only thing I like about it. The colors together look insipid to me. This green is like bile-y. I don't mind the orange and the purple together. I don't mind the green and the purple together, but all three I dislike. And I think the orange and the green together looks very wrong. I don't know. This is not my favorite. I dislike it quite a bit. She is wearing the Defiant Crusader face piece. Oh, sorry, headpiece, I should say. And her eyes are just emissive eyes with the chroma on them, so orange. I do believe if we take the emissive eyes off, though, that the chroma sticks over the eyes on this particular piece. But I hate this chroma. It's disgusting. And I don't want to wear it anymore. So, okay, so let's have a look at the back as well. I will say this controller does not have the same sensitivity as my others. I can spin this much slower. So this is a little touchy. But I do actually quite like it on the back piece. I think because the green is almost not there, so it just looks like it's purple and orange. And the way that the light reflects on the fabric is kind of cool. I will say I'm the kind of person who doesn't tend to use bright colors. I'm also the kind of person who doesn't tend to use shiny chromas. So this is just everything I hate put together, not to mention colors that do seem to be clashing with one another. So not the biggest fan of this one, DC. Okay, let's see what else we got. We did get another chroma, I believe. We did. It is Pumpkin Patch Chroma Pack. So let's open that one. Hopefully that one's a little less mishmashy with its colors there. Ooh! Well, can't say that I hate that, but I do feel like I kind of have it strategically placed well there. Because she's mostly black and we all know how much I love black. So maybe this is not the best way to put it. I will adjust the swatches around. Okay, it also looks like this has an editable color swatch. So if I change... Let's go to the legs because we can see it there. We also saw it in the back piece a moment ago. One of these swatches is adjusting the color. Look at that. So we could potentially put an orange in here, right? Okay, something a little bit odd about the changeable color swatch is that it's the second swatch in line, not the first. Normally the first one is what you edit to make it change, but on here, apparently that's not the case. So that's kind of cool that we have an editable swatch. So if I did the chest piece, we get some orange. Let's change all of the second swatches to this orange so we can see it. Okay, so I did have black in that swatch, but it is editable, and we can make it orange to match. I have made it slightly more yellow so we can see clearly where it is, but I don't hate this. I'm kind of a fan of this one, I will say. It's kind of fun. So, you have a black swatch. I will say that the black is kind of shiny, but I don't hate it because I think black is probably the color on which you notice the shininess the least. So it's not bothering me too much. The pumpkins are, I mean, they're kind of hilarious. Look at their little faces. I kind of love those. And I love that I have an editable swatch. I do think it's odd that it's swatch 2 though. Most of the time when we have a swatch we can edit, it is swatch 1. So it's a good thing I had a different color in my second swatch on those trousers, or I would not have noticed it all and would have assumed it was 2 black swatches, 1 shiny, 1 not. So that was lucky I checked. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I kind of like this. I feel like I want to make pajamas with it. She looks kind of cool. That's a bit better. Make the belt brighter. I will say, if there is a feat for these, and you only need to purchase one of the 2 chromas from 2024, this will be the one I'm purchasing, not the other, because this one's fun and kind of cute, and I love that I can edit that swatch. I won't lie, I'm probably going to make that swatch black on a lot of my characters, but it's so cute! I love this! Alright, let's have a look at the aura that we get. Here it is. It's called Silent Agenda Wraps Aura. So let's chuck that on. That is so creepy. I'm guessing this is something that is meant to go with the style that we're about to open as well. But I did want to put it on her while she's wearing this because you can clearly see it. We could see that in the menu it was white, or at least I thought it was white. It actually looks like it might have a yellowy kind of tinge to it on some areas. So white and off-white maybe, but I knew it would show up well on this outfit, and I gotta say, it's interesting. I don't know that I can think of a good use for it. I don't hate it, though. I think it's interesting. One thing that is bothering me, though, is that it's covering right over her face where her eyes are. Now, I don't know if that's because it's meant to for a particular character or something like that, but the fact that it ends up going in front of her face, I don't like that. At least not in front of the eyes, maybe a bit lower or a bit higher above her head, but that's one thing that I don't like about it here. It's something, a similar critique I had for the Haunted Souls accessory, where it's floating so high that you can't see the character's face. Lower is better, I feel, and for that one, I don't like it, but also, am I going to notice? My character's going to be running that way, I'm not going to be looking at her face, other people will. I'm probably not going to see it, but I still don't like it very much. Alright, let's have a look at the style items that we receive. So we've got a headpiece, a handpiece, and a foot piece. They are Silent Agenda, so let's collect those 3. Oh, we get a feat for those, that's good. Okay, so I have the style pieces on. It feels like it's missing pieces, I will say. So this is the headpiece. It is extremely creepy, and I kind of hate it. It's the grin. It's the grin for me. It's putting me right off. I'm just gonna remove this aura so we don't have that piece getting in the way of what we're trying to look at. Though I will say, together I feel like that makes sense. Like all together, those pieces, it looks like it's coherent. I feel like if I remove this aura, it's going to feel a little displaced. So let's take it off. Yeah, I like it less. So her headpiece, her hand pieces, and her leg pieces are Silent Agent. The chest piece is 31st Century Slimline A. I was just trying to find something simple that I could put on underneath that kind of goes with the trousers. But there's no shoes, no belt, no back piece. And I hate this. I'm wondering if I take off the face piece, or headpiece rather, if I'm going to like it more, because that is upsetting. I very much dislike it. I'm not someone who shies away from things that are a little on the creepy side, but I think the amusement that I get from that facial expression is so off-putting, I would never use it. It's actually creeping me out a little bit. Like, I really, really don't like it. I'm pretty sure it's meant to be based off of a particular character. Is it Mr. Miracle? I'm not sure, but I hate it. I want to take it off, and I will, once we're done. So the hand pieces I quite like. The wrap, I think they look quite cool if we're just ignoring the headpiece. They look good. The leg pieces, I feel, make zero sense. Because when I look at the arm pieces, I get the sense of it being wrapped around her body, like a part of her body without clothing. I understand that that's probably not the case because we can see there's texture there, and I had to color the texture, and it does look a little thicker than her actual arm. But this looks like you've wrapped up an injury, or maybe the body of a mummy or something. The legs make no sense to me because the bandages are literally wrapped around a trouser. Why? Why would anybody do? If you've injured yourself, you wrap yourself up, then put your trousers on. You know what I mean? I mean, with the top piece, at least it could just be she's wearing short sleeves and that's wrapping up her arms. But on the trousers, it makes very little sense to me. Unless she's injured herself right now out in the world and had to wrap it up nice and quick and didn't want to take her pants off. Maybe that's where that comes from, but I feel like that just seems stupid. If you're gonna do a wrap, why not have it go all the way down to her feet there? Though I will say, I kind of love the boots. If the boots were a separate piece, I'd be really happy because they look cool. The wrap on the legs looks kind of stupid to me. I'm sure there's a reason for them, but yeah, I don't get it. As for color swatching, they all have white, then red, then tan. White is obviously the bandage color, red has affected the eye color of the character, and the tan is the skin color beneath the bandage. Same goes for the arms, you have the white for the bandage, and the tan is the skin color. The red swatch appears to not be relevant for the arm pieces at all, so only 2 swatches on that piece. The leg piece, though, has all 3 swatches. It has white on the bandage, then the tan, and I will say I think the boots look darker than the legs, even though they are using the exact same color swatch, and the belt piece on the top of the boot is taking that red on board. So that does have 3 color swatches, though I think I would prefer if the entire boot took up a different swatch rather than having the same swatch as the trouser leg, but beggars can't be choosers, you know? Before we get out of that hideous headpiece, let's grab the emote and check it out with the style. We get a feat for that too. Very nice. Oh, yeah. With the grin on her face, I hate it. Oh, I hate it. I don't think I'll ever use this emote, and I definitely won't use this headpiece. I'll collect them if it's for feats, but no. I don't like it. It feels so awkward and creepy to me, and I'm not really averse to creepy things usually, but in this case, no. I think it's the amusement. Maybe the emote wouldn't bother me so much were her face not amused, but the fact that she's amused is really, really bothering me. Alright, the other pieces that I have grabbed are base items. So we've got some tree branches, a stump, and the lights. So let's head to my base so that we can have a look at those items. I wish we were able to have access to different bases inside of the test server because the lighting in the bases that I have access to is not very good. I'm wondering if maybe there is access and I just don't have it. I don't know. I wish there was a version of this headpiece that wrapped up her face where her hair was still exposed and we literally couldn't see any expression, because I feel that's something that I might actually use. This one is too off-putting for me. It's not going to happen. you get a feat for collecting 4 of the base items, so great. That is also a very small amount of base items this time. That's really small. That's a little sad, actually. Especially because Halloween is like my favorite base items. I can't say they're not, though. This is totally awesome. I love them. Oh! Let's get that out onto a nice flat surface. Wait. Oh, I love it, though. But it clips underneath that piece of ceiling. So let's remove it and put it on a flat ceiling here. We'll put it here. Oh, that's really cool. That's one of my favorite items I've seen so far. Oh, I love it so much. I want it. Like, I want multiple of it. You know what? With only 4 base pieces, couldn't they have taken this piece and created maybe like a larger one where that web extends out to the full length of those tendrils? Or corner pieces, wall pieces? I mean, I would get those. I love this. It's so cool. Ah, that's a great piece. I wish it had a spider with it. That's another thing. You should have the option to have it with or without a spider. I want more. Okay, then in here we've got this stump that... there's nothing too spooky about it, I've got to say. It's called a spooky stump, but honestly, is it spooky? It's not really spooky. I don't know. But the hands... definitely spooky, creepy even. I mean, this one on the right is the right one, and this one on the left is the left one, so that's a left hand, that's a right hand, and I love them, but I do wish that they had given me options. 2 of this one on the left, both in a left and right hand, and 2 of the one on the right, both in a left and right hand. Why so little furniture? I'm kind of disappointed. 4 items is not much, and I love Halloween furniture. It's my favorite furniture in the game, and I love these. Maybe the stump is a little disappointing, but the other pieces I love, and I'm kind of sad that we don't have multiples or duplicates that are, different so that I don't have the exact same item repeating throughout. Also, I think 4 items is the smallest amount I've ever seen for an event. Is it not? I might be wrong on that. I don't know, but I'm disappointed. I should clarify, I'm disappointed in the quantity. Quality, I like these. I think they're cool. And I would definitely use them, but I won't use them as much as I would have if there were others of this. Like, I wish this was available in a right. The outstretched one, I feel is a little more sinister because it seems like it's reaching for me, whereas this one looks like it's either on its way to reach for me or it's withdrawing. So this one's a little more, I'm coming to get you, and this one's a little bit like, I was, but I've changed my mind, So, I'm a little sad. I want more. But I do think they are very cool. So I do believe that is everything we've received as part of the 2024 Halloween event, and I am more disappointed than excited, which kind of sucks. I would like it if they had that body wrap stuff with more pieces for the body of my character, but I understand they do tend to give out a limited amount of style items sometimes, but the furniture items are also limited, so I'm kind of sad. When I saw Spooky Stump, I was expecting to see a stump with a face that's half, like, cracked down the side of his eye that's missing and he looks upset or angry with, like, red light or maybe a change of color near his mouth so he looks, spooky. But no, it's just a stump. It could just be called Stump. It could be from Spring. I don't like it. But I love this. You know what we should do? We should cover an entire ceiling with that. Okay, I'm going to do it. You talked me into it, I totally did it, and I have mixed feelings. I think it looks amazing. Let's start with that. I think it looks really, really cool on the ceiling. I think it would look better on a ceiling with no texture behind it, so it's just coming out off of a plain background. But I also feel like it looks more like, like a map showing lights where there are things going on in a city, or stars. I don't think it gives me spiderweb. It totally feels like map or stars. More map, in fact. It's like a giant map on my ceiling. So I wish it did give more of a giant spiderweb net feeling, but it doesn't. But at the same time, I still absolutely love it. It's just not going to be useful for what I was thinking. But it is useful. I think it's really pretty. I mean, they're so nice. They just, I wish there were more options that looked in different shapes of webs and different sizes of webs and things like that, because I think that might help make it look like a giant overwhelming amount of spider web on my ceiling, which is what I was going for, but I still like this a lot. I still think it looks really cool. They're so, I don't know, pretty. They're just pretty. Is it just me? It's probably just me, but I don't care! I love it! So, I guess I find this particular Halloween seasonal not particularly exciting. All of the playthrough appears to be exactly the same, which is to be expected, but there's also a very limited amount of furniture items. One of the chromas I find really off-putting. I will say I think that a lot of people will like that emote, and the aura potentially is quite good too. But I do dislike the style. Like, the headpiece I think is creepy, but I do think people will like it and use it, so that's not bad. The arm pieces too. The leg pieces I find weird. The fact that there aren't more pieces to go with that style makes me think maybe there should have been. Maybe should have given us a complete style like we've had in the past, or maybe they're saving other pieces to go into next year, or maybe there just are none. I'm a little disappointed with that, and I am immensely disappointed with the quantity of furniture. 4 items is kind of pathetic, especially when you can just use pieces that exist here already and make variations of them. That's not too hard. I mean, getting those arms flipping from left hand to right hand and right hand to left hand, that would not have been too strenuous, I don't think. I mean, I am not a developer. I don't know exactly what goes into everything like that, but I would have thought that would be quite a simple one to do to give us more items of furniture, and I would use that. Absolutely. Especially if I'm wanting to have like walls full of arms reaching, I would want all 4 options, not 2. So, and this also is open to many variations. Larger webs, smaller webs, different shapes, different sizes, corner pieces, wall pieces, floor pieces. Little disappointed. But I do think they're really pretty, and I do love this item, and I will use it. But I'm not really impressed with this Halloween. I think that my favorite item that we could receive was the pumpkin patch chroma, which is back on her now, just because I think that these little jack-o'-lanterns are kind of adorable. I love that we have a swatch where we can edit the color, which is how I'm getting that nice white for the skeleton there. There are some gems here, but there are so few items that I'm a little disappointed. So hopefully for anyone who's curious what's coming for this Halloween event, this is helpful and lets you know what's about to happen. But I'm hoping that not everyone is going to be disappointed to the same extent that I am. And I'm sorry if you are, because that will suck. Anyway, have a good one, guys.